Congratulations.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Blackfire Technical Analysis YouTube channel. I'm having a couple of technical difficulties with my internet right now. Please bear with me. I do believe I'm live. My microphone is on and my camera is functioning. So I think we are good to go. I did have just a little bit of glitch with 15 seconds left in the timer before the live stream. So hopefully we don't have any issues here. Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful, cooler Thursday evening / early Friday morning. Looking forward to the weekend and definitely looking forward to today's analysis here today. We do have a few requests to knock out here and a couple of questions to accommodate, which we will definitely get to. Just want to give everybody, a huge thank you. Anybody that is supporting the YouTube channel, anybody that is supporting the Blackfire Technical Analysis official Facebook page. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Thank you. I can't begin to explain how great the support has been. I'm I'm getting people commenting, thanking me for all the, all the work that I'm putting into the channel. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this for, you guys. I'm doing it, for me and for you guys at the same time. So, I can't do this without your support. And hopefully in the future, we'll definitely get some more support as the YouTube channel continues to grow and the Blackfire Technical Analysis Facebook page continues to grow. Check that description in the description area below. The link to the Twitter handle @FireAnalysis is down there, although I'm pretty inactive on that page, and the link to the Facebook Blackfire group is also in the description below. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Give me just 1 second here. I'm getting some messages right now. Okay. All right. So, welcome. Hello. It's good to see you. Hello. We have plenty to talk about today, so I think we're just gonna hop right into it. I just got a couple of things keep popping up here. I'm just making sure that I'm all squared away before I dive, deep and heavily into this. I have 4 comments. 1, 2, 3. There's I can only see 3 comments. I know I got 4 comments here. 1, 2, 3. I'm only counting 3 though, so whatever. We'll go with it. We're going to go ahead and start off with NASDAQ here today, checking it out. It does look like the bulls are really trying to keep this momentum to the upside here, as we do see continuation off that 21 exponential. Nice reversal style candlestick closure here. Not my favorite kind of closure, but bounced off support once again. We're definitely seeing a lot of pressure on this support right now, but we're definitely seeing it hold, and the 21 hold as well. We do have a secondary candle closure back above the 21 exponential here. Not really ever giving you a signal to get out of any type of position related to NASDAQ, but if you did make an aggressive escape, you have confirmation candle back above the 21 once again, and continuation is going to be the main fundamental factor that I'm going to look for here today, coming through and checking out the RSI, which, oh my gosh. There we go. Checking out the RSI here, we do see a little bit of that upside momentum. We still don't have a low call here, and I will cover the condition. Oh, well, am I tripping, or did that just pop on here? Yeah. Okay, so we do have a low call, not confirmed, but I would say if price action closes above 15,515 here, we will get that low call, which does look like bullish divergence here. Yes, it does, and I would be looking for continuation all the way up to the current resistance here, somewhere around 15,600 bucks. I do like the upline, support structure here on RSI remaining intact here. Again, this is kind of a smaller fork off of the structure, but we do see it holding as support at the current moment in time. And we do see a drive of momentum as a reaction of backtesting that region here. So I do like what I'm seeing here. I am confident with price action continuation and potentially even bullish divergence playing off the lows here all the way up to that $15,600 region. And the only condition that I'm going to be looking for any kind of reversal style formation here is a full reversal back below the 21 exponential. Again, the 21 exponential being the main catalyst to all of my strategies here. I will be looking at the 21 exponential here to either hold a support, which currently it is, or to break, right? And stochastics is kind of the only one that's a little bit of a laggard, but when it comes to stochastics here, we do still have a long-term uptrend structure here off the lows. We got 3 drives on the lows. Maybe we see a curl back up and continuation here before seeing entry into the bearish control zone. So I do like price action the way it's standing right now. If we do flash crash below the 21 exponential here, I'll look for a back test once again at 13,375. But if we close continuous candles below that 21, I'll be looking for price action to come a little bit further, all the way down to 15,280. Pretty much rudimentary stuff here. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, you guys, just because I don't want to make trading any more convoluted than it already is, right? So I try to focus on the simplicity of what the market is telling me, and the market is telling me right now that we definitely have potential to print a low today. If we see a closure above 15,515, which in my opinion it wasn't there. The price action was below 15,515, and then as soon as it struck that price mark, boom, we got a bullish divergence arrow on the RSI, confirming a low. Again, not confirmed, but that is confirming the price action that we need to see price close above today to confirm that specific condition. And again, if we do confirm that specific condition, I'm going to be looking for price action to reach that resistance at 15,006. Any closure above 15,006, I have no reason not to think price action won't shoot all the way up to new all-time highs. I would actually be looking for 14,000 or the 1.414 Fibonacci extension, somewhere around 15,785 to be the next potential price action target. Again, assuming that we don't, see some kind of double top formation or staunch resistance upon back test of the all-time high resistance. I would be very confident that price action likely drives to new all-time highs. Again, we're still on a higher low structure, and if this confirms as another higher low, I'm going to be very confident in price action moving forward here as far as the bullish perspective is concerned. And again, as far as the bullish perspective is concerned, I'm not even worried, right? Until we start breaking this region here. We're going to put a little bit of a box here. Let's go ahead and identify the zone. Boom. A nice little box right here, right? I'm going to put a box in there just so that it's, it's on my radar here. This is the box, right? This is the box of peace and prosperity and death and destruction here, right? As far as higher lows are concerned, this is the one that I am ultimately concerned of as far as looking for potential indications of, an actual market reversal, an actual change of behavior here. We did get a little bit of a change of behavior, but again, I do believe we got that change of behavior on an inconsequential low. When we look at the structure here, yes, this is a higher low. Oh, actually, no, this didn't happen on NASDAQ. This happened on another asset here. But ultimately, I'm still looking at this as an inconsequential low. So even if we saw price action take out this low, I'm still not concerned as far as the long-term bullish sentiment is concerned. This, in my opinion, down here is the macro low to pay attention to for that evidence of change of behavior. Again, unless things change here, we see new all-time highs, then we might have to consider this region here a macro low as well, especially if we get extreme continuation off this low here to new all-time highs and even potentially beyond. I'll change my perspective here from this box down here to this region here, but nothing is confirmed yet. Yes, while we do have an arrow potentially signaling bullish divergence here on the diagonal uptrend structure here for RSI, nothing is confirmed yet unless we get that closure back above 15,515 here. If we do get that, I'm going to be very convinced. Boom, 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 mother trucker, boom, boom. I do have some messages. Give me 1 second. I'm scrolling. Just saw this post testimony. Historical. Okay. I got some cool messages from a loved one here. I get messages. Sorry. I'm going to read them. All right. I think that's going to do it for NASDAQ here today. Again, very confident in inducing. I do, again, while I do have this low here, basically set as my change of behavior low here. We're nowhere near that price action here, and we're potentially constructing a macro low as it is right now. So I'd pay attention very, very, very closely here to today's price action on NASDAQ. We're going to check out SPY futures here. This is the only one that's kind of concerning, but it's the same exact disposition as yesterday. We are consolidating on the current lows here between this point right here, which I'll move this horizontal up to. Boom. We are consolidating between this resistance at 44.71 spot 25 and this support at 44.35. And as long as we remain within this range here, I'm going to be calling consolidation. We have clear evidence of consolidation here on the RSI. Real tight, real non-momentous movement here in the RSI. It's very evident that we are in a consolidation phase at the current moment in time, and we are seeing confirmed tests of the upside of the range and the bottom side of the range. Even seeing a little bit of the upside of the range here breaking, testing that 21 exponential fully here, but boom, rejecting and continuing the range as a whole. Same disposition as yesterday. It's going to be consolidation until either the top side of it breaks or the bottom side of it breaks. So let's talk about potential targets for the bottom side. If I do see any candle closure below 44.35 spot 75, I will look for a move all the way down to the current low right here at 43.87. give or take. Maybe 43.85. Maybe I'll line that up a little better. Yeah, 43.88. 43.88 is going to be the first target that I'm going to look for if this structure here breaks. But looking at Nasdaq, potentially confirming a higher low. If Nasdaq confirms a higher low, I'm going to be looking for this one to confirm a higher low here, break the range to the upside. If the range is broken to the upside, that will coincide perfectly with the shattering of the 21 exponential to the upside here. I will look for a secondary open and closure back above that region before looking for targets to move all the way up to... I'm going to get rid of this. This is a really convoluted chart. I would actually look for targets to move all the way back up to 45.20. Give me 1 second. Going to get this free money here. We got a target to the upside. We got a target to the downside. It's clearly consolidating. It's definitely a consolidation phase. We don't have any top call or any low call just yet. We go ahead and look at the RSI once more. We are still holding that long-term uptrend structure here on the RSI. Very, very confident inducing. We did have a little bit of a spike below, but I would look at this more of a test of support on that 50 read in conjunction with the diagonal trend line here, and we remain above it. Again, given that, it looks like a little lightning bolt here, right? Real tiny, real tight, sideways movement here with the RSI, definitely matching price action, consolidating. Very indicative of consolidation here. We do see stochastics as well starting to lose a little bit of momentum. Obviously still pointing to the downside here, but losing a little bit of that momentum. So maybe we're in the precipice of looking at a bullish reset here for price action. Let's go ahead and see if this matches up with what I'm looking at here. We are basically testing a diagonal support line right now. And if you wanted to go off the exponentials here, which you definitely can do, it is valid here. I would suggest that price action could continue consolidating for a little bit longer before we see any kind of momentum push back to the upside. But again, we're consolidating. Nasdaq is potentially printing a higher low. I wouldn't see a reason why this one wouldn't. Again, if Nasdaq is confirmed as a higher low structure and continues onwards and upwards, I will be looking for SPY futures here to do the same. But it is consolidating. I do have a downside target. I do have an upside target, assuming this range breaks in the next couple of days. So that's where I'm going to leave that one. We're going to go ahead and move on to Dow Jones. Boom. Again. Oh my God. Again. This is clearly consolidating here. I'm going to move this. I'm going to identify the range at the current moment in time. It is a very... It's a very well-defined range here. It is a very well-defined range, and the disposition is going to be exactly the same as SPY futures here. Yes, we do have a micro change of behavior, but when in doubt, pull out. The macro is vastly more important, and I'm looking at this structure here. This is a higher low. If confirmed as a higher low, it is a higher low. But again, another indicative signal of consolidation continuation. RSI basically doing the same thing. Still above that diagonal long-term uptrend line here, but we do see that lightning bolt formation here. That real tight RSI movement below the exponential, below the 50 read here. It is below the 50 read, but overall, this entire sector here has been neutral for quite some time. So, we're seeing a bounce off of support a couple of times already, confirming consolidation here. And again, the disposition is the same. If I see a break below the bottom side of the range here at 34,550, I will look for continuation to the current macro low at 33,960. However, on the other side, if we see a range break above the top side resistance at 34,970, likely that falls in conjunction with a break of the 21 exponential, at which point I'll look for an open and closure above it before targeting the current resistance to the upside, somewhere around 35,458. We'll just call it 35,460 here. And again, likely higher because, again, we're still on rising low formation. This low here being confirmed as more or less an inconsequential low in the grand scheme of the overall formation. The trend is your friend until the end of the trend. But for now, the 21 exponential, we are still closing below the 21 exponential on Dow Jones here and on SPY futures here. So again, the potential to see price action fall to the downside still remains as long as we are below that 21 exponential. But again, I'm paying attention to the formation here. I'm paying attention to price action. I'm trying to get, you know, a little bit more of an understanding psychologically of what's really going on in the market. And, you know, the way I see things here, it's still pretty fucking bullish. It's still pretty bullish. We could very well be looking at a little bit of a bullish reset here for momentum oscillators before seeing price action boost to new all-time highs. I wonder what DXY is doing. I'm almost certain it's still boring as shit. So, oh no, not boring as shit. Back above the 21, we are. This is what I've been looking for. We got a higher low once again. Boom, right here in conjunction with the prior low. This is a lower low. Why is this a low? I wouldn't call that a low. What the fuck? Whoa. Sometimes price action baffles me. I'm looking at this low. This is the most important low here. We do have a micro uptrend in formation right now. This is an inconsequential low in my perspective. It doesn't even look like a low. It just looks like a little bit of consolidation here, tightening up real tight. I don't know why this is considered a low right here, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of discard that. It's going right in the vault. This is an inconsequential low. I'm not going to be looking at that one. I'm looking at this low here and this low here. We are still on a rising low structure. We're going to identify those lows right now. Get my little brush out. Boom. There's one. Higher low, higher low, higher low. The trend is still the trend is still to the upside, in my opinion. And with today's price action boosting to the upside, I will look for a back test, which is kind of happening right now, all the way down to 92.79 for a back test to confirm his new tentative support before looking for continuation, likely above this region. I will be looking for this region here in 93.26 as the next move here. We do see RSI bounce off of that 50 read here. We did see a little bit of a spike below it, but boom, look at that. Held it as support and continuation to the upside initiated, right? Exponential is still positively sloped, so there is a little bit of hopium for that. And again, the long-term uptrend structure here for the RSI is still very much intact and has been intact since all the way back here, which is odd, right? Which is really odd. So you know, we see a long-term uptrend structure in RSI, followed by not an uptrend structure on price action. But, you know, we do have an uptrend from this point here all the way to current price action right now. So let's go ahead and talk about potential targets to the downside. If we fail back below the 21 exponential, I will be looking for a top call here on RSI and another test of this region. Boom. Right here is going to be very, very, very possible. All the way down to 92.45 would be my next tentative target below the 21 exponential. And if we break that region here, things might get a little sour here for the US dollar index, as the next target to the downside would be the current macro low. Again, this could even be considered a non-consequential low here. I'm looking at this low potentially as a macro low for a reversal to the upside. But if we break structure here, this will be the first target to the downside at 92.1, and any candle closure below that is going to be very indicative of a macro change of behavior on the daily time frame, in my opinion. Looking at stochastics, though, the momentum continues to build back into the bullish control zone, still pointing straight up, looking for more. So, you know, I am confident in this price action here, looking for that 93.27 target to the upside, or, you know, yeah, this resistance here, 93.27 here would be my next target tentatively to the upside for the DXY, which means potentially not good for crypto. Not good for crypto. We're gonna go ahead and check out crypto. We're gonna check out Mr. Bitcoin here, and I got a request on Bitcoin. Yeah, it's the HULL. HULL moving average, the HULL moving average. We're going to go ahead and cover that. I want to bring to everybody's attention not only the micro structure here, but the macro structure as a whole as well. So we're going to be looking at the daily time frame here. We might even check out a little bit of the 4-hour time frame, and then we're going to jump to the weekly and identify some key critical, key critical technicals here that are very, very, very relevant, in my opinion, to basically indicting either, a bullish, massive bullish continuation, or full and official confirmation of a bear market to the downside. Again, what we, and again, we'll talk about it. Give me a second. We'll talk about that stuff. I want to go ahead and just pay attention to the daily here, and the daily does suggest continuation. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. We do see stochastics back above the the bearish control zone basically acting as support here and continuing its momentous drive to the upside. RSI is a little bit, right, is a little bit, and we did see a little bit of a perceived threat to break below the exponential here, but nonetheless, we held the exponential as support and we're on our way back up very, very, very slightly. This is indicative of potential consolidation formulating here, and you know, to be quite honest with you about that consolidation here, again, if we identify a range, we're going to plot the points for those ranges for bullish continuation to the upside and bullish continuation to the downside. I don't have enough candle closures here to be, you know, very confident of consolidation, because at the end of the day, you know, continuation is my general disposition. We are back above the 21 exponential. This technically didn't close above the exponential here, but we do, boom, we have our we have our break of the 21 exponential, back test of the 21, and support here, boom, support. Secondary candle closure back above the 21. The first target that I am eyeballing here is 49,975. Yes, I am in a trade for this one. My risk is tight as hell. I think I put a 1% risk management here on this price action, just because again, that long-term macro structure is still a little bit concerning, and I also have a take profit limit order on the $50,000 region here for half of my overall position. So, you know, if this market goes up to that target here at $50,000, which is the next tentative target for price action, I will take off half of my position and then see how the rest of the market plays out. However, if we break back below the 21 exponential, I am going to potentially be looking for a lower high structure, not only on RSI but on price action as well. Another message. I'm going to watch it soon. Yeah, we're live now, man. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, the 21, below the 21. If we break below the 21, again, I will be looking at this as a lower high structure, and boy, oh boy, I think this low gets taken out at 44,600 here, and the next target to the downside, in my opinion, would be 42,180 bucks. At which point, you know, again, I would take that really, really small loss of 1% and then instantly revert into a short position, looking for that major target to the downside. However, we are above the 21 exponential. We do see stochastics carrying onwards and upwards. We did get two drives of bullish divergence back above the 50 read here on the RSI, and we are back above the exponential. So again, the possibility for bullish continuation to that $50,000 target is extremely possible. But at the same time, potential downtrend structure formulating here on price action for the daily is also possible. So that's something to be aware of. Now let's talk about the macro, right? Let's go ahead and move on to my macro chart here. And where are my fibs? What the ah, shit. Do I have to plot all of it out again? I do have to plot all of it out again. I do apologize. No, I don't. Boom, it's on the weekly. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to take a look at the Hall moving average, okay? We're going to turn off CT MAC, HMA, Hall moving average. And the moving average that I have this moving average set to is the 104 week. Since I'm on the weekly, again, I'm on the weekly time frame. The moving average is set to 104, so it is a 104 week moving average here. Okay, so let's look at the prior examples of the Hall 104 first and foremost here, and we're gonna tie them into the Fibonacci extensions, right? Did I fuck up my fibs? I did. Yep, I did. I messed that one up here. Let me double check my fibs here. Make sure they're accurate. I want them to be as accurate as possible. Booyah. I am going off a wick basis here just because this is the weekly time frame here. This one's definitely accurate. Yep, that one's accurate. This one is slightly accurate. Go off a wick basis here. Boom. Okay. All right. So my fibs are lined up. We're gonna. Oh my god. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna save. Okay. All right. Now that I got that figured out here, take some free money. All right, so let's look at the first example here, right? We're gonna go back all the way to 2013, right? I think it's 2013. Yeah, 2013, right? For, you know, big bull market here for Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. Blow off top. You know, higher low. Boom, right? Blow off top. Macro cycle top here, right? And the first indication here for this one, you know, we got our lower high on the weekly, followed by boom, a break below the Huff 104, the Hall 104, right? I do believe it's the Hall moving average. Yes, HMA, Hall moving average here. So we got our first initial break, followed by a kiss, back test, right into that honey hole of the Fibonacci extensions here, right at the 0.5 Fibonacci extension, kiss that Huff 104 perfectly, Hall 104, I keep calling it Huff, I don't know why, but it kissed that HMA 104 right here, boom, year-long bear market, and then we break it, right? We break it to the upside. We do see a decrease in momentum here for the moving average. You know, that bear market definitely initiated some serious momentum on that moving average. But the moment we break it, what happens? Boom. Bull market. Here's another example. Bull market. Blow off top. 2017, December, 20,000 bucks. Boom. The weekly time frame confirms below. And then, boom, back test. We kiss the 104. Year-long bear market. What happens here? We break back above it. Oh, wait. The kiss. Look at that. The kiss. Right in line, again, with that honey hole, with that Fibonacci extension, the 0.5 Fibonacci extension. We hit that honey hole just right. Kiss the Huff 104. Boom. Initiating a year-long bear market here. Here's another example. Bull market. Boom. Cross back above the Huff 104. Boom. Break through it. Back test again, coronavirus dump. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up. And here we go once again. Price action breaks. Boom, back above the Hall 104. Bull market, $65,000 potential blow off top here. And then what do we see? First candle closure below. Right up into that honey hole. The spot 618 Fibonacci extension. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly the 0.5 here. You know, the honey hole is between the 786 and 382 in my opinion, which is this Fibonacci extension here, the 786, and this Fibonacci extension here at spot 382. And then look, boom, right? First break below the 104. New low confirmed. Back up. Boom. Kiss it. Rejection. And where did we kiss it? Just above the 618 here, right? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Even with a positive slope here, we are currently rejecting the 104, which could lead to another what? Year-long bear market. Very, very, very possible here. So that is the macro. That is what we are looking at here on the macro time frames for Bitcoin at the current moment in time. We have plenty of evidence that suggests that we could potentially be in the precipice of a longer term bear market. We have 4, right? I believe it's 4. 1? No, we have 3. We have 3 examples. So basically this indicator is a 100% indicator, right? We have one example here, bear market. One example here, bear market. One example here, bear market. And now we are looking at our 4th potential example of the 104 moving average here on the weekly time frame, potentially initiating a bear market. Looking at the weekly RSI as well, we do have a top call here. But again, we're getting that sharp reaction here. Again, it doesn't have to. It doesn't have. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Just because this indicator is 3 for 3 on the macro time scale here at the current moment in time does not mean it has to remain 3 for 3. It doesn't have to remain 3 for 3, right? It can definitely, prove otherwise. It can definitely prove otherwise and initiate another bull market run all the way up to that potential $72,000 target to the upside. We're going to go ahead and go back to the daily one more time, finalize the analysis here. So, if we do get that lower high structure on the daily time frame here, I'm going to be very, very, very convinced that we could be potentially in the precipice of a market downtrend here, not only on the micro time frames being the daily, but also on the macro time frames. When in doubt, pull out. And if you look at the structure as a whole here, we're going to get my 21 back on real quick. If you look at the structure as a whole here, here's your blow off top. What is this here? This isn't opinion. This is fact. This is a macro lower high currently. Again, it doesn't have to play out that way. This market could continue all the way up past 53,000 bucks. And if the market does close candles back above 53,000 bucks, we are going to have to consider Fibonacci extensions here on the daily time frame. But $72,000 as a, as a blow off top is a very, very, very big potential. I got a notification. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh, you can't make it up. You can't make this shit up, you guys. You really can't. So I get my Fibonacci extensions here plotted, and I would have to be comfortable in saying any kind of closures above the all-time high at the current moment in time would lead to a potential extension to the 1.272 Fibonacci target. 73,000 bucks, right? I was a little lower on that target. $72,000 in my opinion is a little more realistic, but the chart doesn't lie. The indicators don't lie. Potential target of $72,000 to $73,000 is very, very, very possible. But again, we have a lot of work to continue on here for Bitcoin. The bulls have a lot of work to accomplish. We have a lot of critical resistance levels to breach before that becomes even remotely a possibility, in my opinion. Let me check this notification just real quick. Okay. All right. So first condition. Again, I'll cover it one more time. The first target that I'm looking on Bitcoin is that $50,000 target, and if we break back below the 21 exponential here, the first target to the downside is going to be the current low. But obviously, I'm going to be looking for lower lows, and potentially a confirmation of a downtrend here. If we do print a lower high and then take out this low here, that's enough evidence. If that doesn't tell you downtrend, learn some TA, learn some analysis there, buddy. Open a book, go to YouTube and look some stuff up, buddy, pal, comrade, dude. But currently, I'm being patient. I'm in a position, very tight stop loss. I think risk management at the current moment in time is the most important factor for this price action currently in Bitcoin. And stay cool, calm, and collected, guys. If you're trading Bitcoin like I am, stay cool, calm, and collected. Focus on the signals that you are given. Focus on the evidence that the market is providing you. If this decides to go down, boy, will it go down. And I do believe if it goes down, the year-long bear market that we've been talking about likely initiates here. But again, we still have the possibility to, shoot right back up to this critical resistance here, which is the most critical of all of the resistances currently at this current moment in time. So again, a double top formation is also possible here. A drive back up to this region before confirming that bear market is possible. Breaking through resistance is also possible, which will excite the shit out of me, again, because I am in a position and I would be very, very, very comfortable with riding that position out as long as I potentially can here, assuming that Bitcoin goes up, right? But cool, calm, and collected, waiting like a snake in the grass for any kind of signals here. Do your due diligence, watch the market, watch this price action, and I think that's where we're going to leave Mr. Bitcoin here. Let's move on to AMC. What is AMC telling us? Another downside price action movement, rejecting that current resistance at this moment in time. Definitely indicative of continuation all the way back down to the 21 once again at 44, what'd you call it, 45 bucks here. We do see a critical signal on the stochastics back below that critical threshold here, back into the bullish control zone. I don't like that at all whatsoever. And then RSI as well, continuing further below, taking out, a little bit of the structure here from an RSI perspective, definitely gaining momentum to the downside a little bit. The sell pressure is on, but I would have to be confident in saying as long as we're above the price action, or excuse me, the 21 exponential here, I'm going to be always and forever looking for upside price action movement. But on the other hand, if we take out the 21 exponential, I did mention in yesterday's stream, we could come all the way down and do a wick test of 40 bucks even. And as long as we close above 40 bucks and continue onwards and upwards, we still arguably are in a higher low structure here for this price action. But as far as the uptrend is concerned, it's still an uptrend until we take out $40 to the downside, in my opinion here. This structure here is not a low. This structure here is not a low. This structure here is not a low. I'll argue with anybody on that fact. Yeah, very, very, very rudimentary stuff here. Two levels that I'm looking at: 47, we'll just call it $48 here. Any candle closure back above 47, $48 here. I will be looking for this region, which is current resistance, all the way back up at 51.75, I believe. Yeah, we'll just call it 51. We'll call it $52, just for rounding's sake here. But if we break below support, that likely coincides with a break below the 21 exponential, at which point I will look for a back test and a secondary closure below to confirm as new tentative resistance before ultimately looking for that lower target of $40 here. But again, we do have a couple of critical signals here flashing on stochastics and RSI that suggest downside has a higher probability of playing out right now. So that's going to do it for AMC. What is MMAT doing? Still holding support, still holding 21, still consolidating. It's the same disposition, although we do have a little bit of a formation here to be aware of, I do believe. Yeah, a little bit of a triangle formation. It's a descending triangle. Maybe this plays out from the bullish perspective. I would be very confident in saying any break above this formation here leads to a price action movement to the first target to the upside, somewhere around $5.73. But if we continue to decline and break the 21 exponential, I will be looking for price action to move all the way down to $3.81. And again, still arguably an uptrend as long as we close above $3.40, which is the last low that we have confirmed on price action at this moment in time. Not saying we couldn't print a low here. It's very, 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 very possible to print a low here. Again, if we take out the triangle structure to the upside, we likely get a low call right here and continuation to the upside, potentially to new highs. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and look at RSI. Yep, back above the exponential, bounce, support, still still driving up. Still looks like the momentum is up on RSI. We do see waning momentum. Damn, a lot of water. Waning momentum. While it's still down, we're starting to see a little bit of that upside pressure. We're starting to see a little bit of that tick up here on stochastics. So there is a little bit of momentum to the upside here carrying price action, and that 21 holding as support very, very, very nicely. And as long as price action remains above that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for continuation. What is next? The Hall of Fame. Controversy indeed. So I'm conflicted. I am conflicted on the Hall of Fame. Okay? And let me explain to you guys why. Let me explain. First thing. Yes. Guess what? Sorry, I had to take that free money. Brave gives me money for clicking on cryptocurrency ads. I earn basic attention token, which is a cryptocurrency. I have a cryptocurrency wallet. You should probably use Brave. You get free crypto, man. You get free crypto. RSI. This is an uptrend. We have a higher high. We have a higher low. I'm looking for continuation. That's the micro scale. Higher high, higher low. While this isn't extremely confirmed yet, we do have a closure on a higher low, technically. Me personally, I want to see a drive above the $2.85 region. I want to see a closure at least $2.86 for that confirmation, right? Well, we do have a low call here. We closed right on resistance, right on it. I don't know if we broke it, or I don't think we broke it. I don't think we broke it. $2.85 is the current resistance. So we have higher lows, but I pull out and I see we're still in a downtrend. We're still in a downtrend, right? This is a lower high, macro lower high. And another thing to the downside is, we're still below that 21. We're still below the 21 exponential here. So for me personally, I need to see one thing. I need to see one thing to be very, very, very convinced that price action is going to come back into this blue box territory. And that first condition that I'm looking for here is continuation above $2.85 with a closure above $2.85. If we get that condition met, I will be looking for price action to reach about $3.05 once again to test that resistance here. And if we break into that region, I think the uptrend continues to potentially new highs back above $3.40 here. However, if we see price action come up and reject that 21 exponential, which is the main fundamental to my trading strategies, that 21 exponential, and take out the low at $2.76, then the main disposition for this price action becomes normal once again, with potential price action movement below $2.55 all the way down to $2.41, right? Again, a couple of conflicting indications here in my perspective for price action. I would have loved to see a closure above $2.85, as that is a pretty critical level that I've been paying attention to, that we've all been paying attention to for quite some time. And while we do have a low, a closing low, I want to see confirmation. I want to see a continuation drive back above resistance before I'm fully confident that we're going to continue potentially to new highs here. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm kind of neutral with this price action right now. We do see stochastics starting to curl up just a little bit, right? Still pointing down, but it's not as straight down anymore. We do see a little bit of that little upside pressure momentum here on the bottom side of the bearish control zone. Very, very, very interesting. We could print a higher low structure right here. Very, very, very possible to see this hold as support, which would be very confident inducing for continuation back to the upside here. But that wouldn't bring out of the question for the potential for bearish divergence sometime in the future. Way too far in the future for me to be talking about fully and extensively, but the potential is still there. The potential for an uptrend is here, and the potential for downtrend continuation is also here. I am going to be honest. I'm going to wait for tomorrow to make a better and more definitive answer from my perspective on what I think is likely going to occur for this price action. That's how I'm looking at the Hall of Fame today. Oh, I gotta throw this away. Give me a second. Where's my trash can? What the fizz nut? I think it's time for requests. I do believe. Ethereum. Likely the same as Bitcoin, unfortunately. Yeah, we got a secondary candle closure back, third candle closure back above the 21 exponential, but we are meeting this, what is this lined up with? It's lined up with fucking nothing. There we go. That's more like it. So we found support. We found support right here. We're still testing support right now. Very, very, very similar to Bitcoin's price action, except the fact I don't like the break below the exponential here. A very slight sideways break, but nonetheless a break. Very, 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 very important to pay attention to that stuff here. RSI looks very similar. It looks very similar to Bitcoin's here, and so does stochastics here with a curl back above the bearish control zone here, back into the neutral zone. Definitely looking for momentum to the upside. Again, if Bitcoin decides to push a little further to the upside, this one likely does the same. But as of right now, with the closure above the 21 exponential and a closure back above resistance, confirming it as new tentative support, the next target that I'm going to be looking for here, the first target that I'm going to be looking for is right here. We're going to identify it. Boom. Right around 37.15 is going to be the next target. It looks like we already got a little bit of a wick close to that region here. And rejection we did. So again, maybe we see consolidation, maybe we don't. And to be quite honest with you, whatever Bitcoin does is likely, in my opinion, what this market's going to do. But again, the trend is still intact. The structure is still intact, just like Bitcoin. It could fail, it could confirm a lower high, or it could continue to test resistance after resistance, first and foremost. So let's talk about a couple of the levels. Again, the first level that I'll look for is 37.15. If we break that, I will look for a test of the current high at 39.50. However, if we break back below the 21 exponential, I'll be looking for the first test of a support all the way down at 33.24. And if we break that, Likely a change of behavior gets initiated with the closure below, $3,200 even, and a downtrend likely initiates alongside of Bitcoin here. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Ethereum, and obviously target moves all the way down to $2,600. 2625 is very, very, very possible for that long term, that medium to potentially long term time. It's the same, in my opinion. If Bitcoin blooms to the upside, boom, 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 Ethereum likely does the same, and if Bitcoin reverses, starts to confirm that likely bear market to the downside, Ethereum likely does the same here. So let's go ahead and move on. I did get CRO, CRO, USD. This one's absolutely fucking bullish. This one still continuing. I'm going to be looking for a drive all the way up to the resistance here at 20 cents. 20.5 cents. That's going to be the next target. We do see stochastics curling back up off that 50 read. Boom. I love that signal here. RSI continuing further up. Fresh cross to the exponential, looking for new continuation drives towards that bullish control zone bottom here. So, I'd be very confident if we did see a RSI break above 64, that 64 read, as that would confirm new highs. As far as these past highs are concerned, this is a little bit of a resistance area just below the bottom side of the bullish control zone. So, we see continuation towards that, towards that resistance. Very, very, very nice indeed. If we break the 20.5 cent region, I will be looking for price action continuation to 24 cents and potentially new all-time highs here. This chart is absolutely weird as fuck, to be quite honest with you, but it's basically forever in an uptrend right now, forever in an uptrend until proven otherwise. So that's very, very, very rudimentary way of thinking it. But again, I like to keep things as simple as humanly possible, because sometimes simplicity can make you a lot of money. And as long as we're above that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for continuation here. I'll be very, very, very excited if CRO takes out 20.5 cents here. Very, very, very excited indeed, especially if we confirm it as new tentative support. Likely look for that momentous drive to the upside here. However, if we close back below that 21 exponential, I'll look for a secondary open and closure below before looking for that 16.5 cent target to the downside. And if we break 16.5 cents to the downside, we will have a full confirmed change of behavior, and I will be looking for targets all the way down to 14, almost 15 cents here for CRO. MMAT, I did MMAT. I think that's, I have a viewer. Do you have any requests? I don't know if it's Jen or if it's Linda or who's watching. If you have any requests, drop them real quick. Why not? Why not? Why not? I'm here. I'll do them. If not, I guess I'll give you like a minute, 60 seconds, and that's probably going to do it for the stream today. God, I love this job. I have 2 viewers. Hey, if you guys have any requests right now, I'm not looking to end the stream just yet. Drop some comments. Drop some comments. Request something. Request an asset. I'll look at anything. Seriously. My lady's not home. I got all night. Drop them. Uh-oh. Jennifer says, I'm late. I don't know what I missed. You missed all of it. We're technically at the end of the stream. I'm basically asking for requests right now. If you have any requests, drop them in the comments. I'll do them right now. But if you don't drop any comments, I'd say in the next 2 minutes with any requests, that's probably going to be it for the stream for today. Here's my foot! Oh, you know what? I did just get one of these bad boys. Yeah! What? Drop some requests. Drop some requests. Drop some requests. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. GNUS and HO. Okay, I can do both. I can do GNUS. I already did Hall of Fame, but I will do it again. Absolutely. Let's check out Genius. Genius. Oh, give me 1 second. I do apologize. Genius Brands International. Yeah! Oh my god, what a dog shit chart. You know what? We're gonna clear it. Boom. We're gonna get a better. I mean, it doesn't look that great, although I gotta play around with it. I mean, if we break this, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. Nah. Not today, not ever. Let's go ahead and lay out some horizontals here. Try to identify some critical levels. It's not looking too spicy, to be quite honest with you. This one looks like it wants to die, to be honest with you. You don't have to redo it. I'll restart the vid when you're done. I'm gonna do it, but I got another one. MTNB. Yeah. For everybody, I'll definitely redo Hall of Fame, and I'll do that other request too. I have no problem with that. I have plenty of time, like I said. I'm gonna be bored outside of this anyway, so might as well, right? Okay, let's look at RSI. What is RSI telling me? I haven't looked at this one in quite some time. RSI is very neutral. Into the it looks like this one does have potentially a little bit of steam here. We do have a very macro uptrend structure, but it does look like that structure is very much at threat to break here to the downside. I would very, very, very well be confident in saying with any candle closure back below $1.41 here, this one likely turns very, very ugly very, very quickly. Again, according to this diagonal trend line, the first target to the downside that I'd be looking for would be about $1.34 here. Resistance. Yeah, we have resistance right here. There's our resistance for this one. Let's go ahead and zoom in, get a little bit of a picture of the Mac or the micro here. I mean, yes, technically could potentially formulate an uptrend right here, with rising lows, but this one, I have to go with my gut here, guys. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but this one wants to die. We have a clear break of structure here. Break below the 21 exponential. The 21 exponential is gaining momentum to the downside. The long-term uptrend structure from the diagonal line perspective is very much at threat here. Again, I'd be very confident with any closure below $1.41, $1.42 here. This one likely reverts to the downside to about $1.34 and probably lower. To be quite honest with you, I'd have to look for more resistance, more support levels for potential bounces. Maybe this region. This one doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. I mean, arguably we're in a downtrend. Arguably, this looks eerily similar to the Hall of Fame, but the Hall of Fame actually confirmed technically a higher low, which we'll get to here. But this structure just choppy mess. Again, the lows are rising lows, but we are very much at risk here for that structure to be broken here today. However, we can talk about the upside potential here. If we break above the resistance at about $1.50, I will look for potentially a break above the 21 as well, at which point I'll look for an open and closure back above that region. And then look for price action to continue maybe to about $1.65 would be a good target. Yeah, about $1.64 would be the potential target to the upside if that condition is met. But again, I'm trying to pay more attention to slope analysis on the 21 exponential. My buddy Corey definitely opened my eyes to that. Thank you if you watch the stream, Corey, for opening my eyes to a little bit more slope analysis on the 21. We can look at the 21 right now. Look at the freaking slope. Look at how aggressive the slope is to the downside. We don't see any kind of like uptick or less of a downward slope. The downward slope is very, very, very aggressive with this price action chart right now, which is definitely indicative of continuation to the downside. So I do believe this structure is very much at risk at this current moment in time. unless we confirm a low right here. If we confirm a low right here, I will be looking for a test of that target at about 151, or excuse me, 1 spot 51, a buck 50 here, and then we'll see what happens from there. Stochastics in the bearish critical zone here, not too spicy, not too sexy. No long-term trend structure to be considering here, I don't think. No, nothing like that at the current moment in time, so that's irrelevant in my opinion. RSI below the 50 read, below the exponential, doing a little bit of that sideways chop, losing momentum to the downside. It looks like it doesn't want to survive, to be quite honest with you. Yes, we potentially could print a higher low. Yes, that much is true, but unless we close above a buck 47, I'd be even more comfortable conservatively saying a buck 48. And unless I see a close above a buck 48, I don't think we'll see a low call here on the RSI. And I do think downside continuation is the most likely scenario for this one for Genius Brands here. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's do Hall of Fame, and then we'll do that other one here. Hall of Fame, very, very, very important stuff here. Again, this one's a little bit weird, just because while we did close on a low, I want to be conservative and say I want confirmation that this is a low. We closed right on resistance, and we can easily see this continue to act as resistance at the $2.85 region and revert back to the downside. Even a cent below, I think it negates that low call here. The one condition that I'm looking for to confirm that low call is a candle closure at $2.86, right? If we close a penny higher, that low will be confirmed, and I will be looking for continuation to about the yellow 21 exponential at about $3, maybe even to the $3.05 region. If we do see continuation as a result of that condition being met above $3.05, I do believe price action has a lot of momentum to be carried all the way back up to about $3.38 and likely even new highs. We are on a higher low structure. I just want to see confirmation of that low be solidified here. Again, we could see that resistance, easily active resistance, get sold into and crash back down. And if that condition is met, if we hit this region and we close below $2.75 coming into tomorrow, that low call on RSI will be completely erased, and the downside target that has been highlighted in previous streams, the $2.55, likely plays out, and likely even lower here. Again, when in doubt, pull out. When in doubt, pull out. When you pull it out, this is a macro lower high, but when you zoom in, it's a micro higher high and a higher low structure. So there are a couple of convoluting points here to be paying attention to for the Hall of Fame, and the most important thing that I'm going to be looking for is a confirmation of this low. I want to see continuation back above this resistance and a closure above this resistance before I'm like, yep, this is a higher low. Continuation to $3.05 is going to be the most likely outcome of this price action. And again, if we don't do that, and we continue to utilize this region as tentative resistance and sell off from here, $2.55 is going to be my target to the downside, and likely lower, as I do believe that would just be indicative of more downside continuation here, and $2.41 would be again my overall biased target to the downside. So in my opinion, what I'm doing with this is I'm being patient. I'm not, aggressive traders potentially take a position here. I'm not an aggressive trader. I am a conservative trader. I don't want to catch the entire move. I just want to catch a portion of it. I want to take profits out of a portion of a move here. And more importantly, I want to see closures back above that 21 exponential. And yeah, we do have a low call, technically, an unconfirmed low call, but a low call nonetheless, but it's still below that 21 exponential. And that 21 exponential is my main driving factor for taking or getting out of any positions at all whatsoever. If it doesn't do anything with the 21, I don't give a shit. I'm not entering a long position. So yeah, again, RSI, technically a higher low structure, but again, this is kind of an unconfirmed low. I want to see continuation with an RSI drive back above the exponential here. Again, we've seen the exponential act as resistance twice already since we've broken it after this top call, and it very, very, very well could prove to be acting as resistance once again. So again, in my opinion, I'm just being cautious. I'm waiting. I'm staying cool, calm, and collective, and I'm waiting to strike if a position decides to open up. For now, patience. Patience is a virtue. And I have one more, and I think that's going to do it here. We are past an hour. What is that? MTNB. MTNB. What is MTNB? Matinus Biopharma Holdings Incorporated. Holy shit! What the fuck? All right, this one obviously a penny stock, and it looks like it's been consolidating most of its entire life. And we have a couple. I don't even have any indicators. I think this is a fresh chart. This is definitely a fresh chart for me. I don't even know what this one is. It might be one of those, COVID-19 stocks. It's a pharmaceutical stock. But look at this. Here's what I want to see here. Well, here's what's concerning. First off, we're already really overextended. We are really overextended from the stochastics perspective, but we do have a cross back up in the bullish control zone here. I like that read. Continuation is the most likely outcome in my opinion. RSI bouncing up still remains in the bullish control zone. Continuation is the most likely call. Let's go ahead and identify potential resistance and support here. That one's easy to identify. Some of these are really easy to kind of identify. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a resistance right there. Boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy support formulated. Ooh, lots of touch points here. All right, okay. So what do we have? Okay, number one, honesty time. I fucking hate penny stocks. I don't give a shit about penny stocks because they're not reliable, obviously. Look at this chart. But we have explosive movement off the 21 exponential. We actually got a confirmation here, but you could have easily entered here and gotten a beautiful, I mean exponentially beautiful, perfect 2% risk management off the 21 upon entry at the 77-cent region here. And then what happens? Huge explosion. We found this region here as support. We're holding it as support at about $1.05 here. I would be looking for a move all the way back up to $1.24, and I would be confident in saying if we break above $1.24, I would be on the lookout for $1.53. Yeah, $1.53 to the upside. Again, stochastics coiling in the bullish control zone, pointing sharply back up. Exponential remains positive. Most likely outcome is continuation, in my opinion. Exponential and RSI is very much positive, looking for potential entry into the bullish control zone. And RSI, obviously hit a sell-off point and then boom, bounce back up. There is some momentum here. There is definitely some momentum here. I would say though confidently, if we break below $1.06, the next target to the downside would be about 97 cents. Where's the last low? Boom. I'm gonna mark that off. Look at that. This is why I love Caretaker's RSI sometimes, because easy to identify support and resistance, especially off of major lows and major highs here. And we do have a low on the 78-cent region here, and I would be very 79 cents, and I would be very confident in saying price action could fall all the way down, spike above 79 cents, and if we close here or higher, we're still in a higher low structure technically still in a higher low structure. This is an uptrend. That much is very much true. We've taken a lot of resistance out, a whole bunch of resistance out here, and I do think this is a reversal in trend. So I would be looking for another higher low or potentially continuation for this one to the upside. So very, very, very nice. Very nice. Martinez Biopharma, very, very nice. Very explosive price action from low to high, or from entry to high. If you entered on the 21, 53%, you can't really complain about a 53% increase here over the span of what? A couple of days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days? Not bad. Not a bad trade to take. If you took that trade off that 21, man, you're looking at 53% profits. Kudos to you. And I think that's going to wrap it up for today's stream, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for dropping comments. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And once again, I vastly appreciate your guys' support. Thank you for being here. I couldn't do this without you guys. I would be less motivated if I didn't have people following and watching and asking questions and participating in the group, so on and so forth. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, everybody, you know what it is. Stay safe. Stay happy, stay healthy.